Hi, and welcome back to your Left Handed Bandit Mobile Paint Party Experience butterfly themed painting. In this second half of the video, we'll be tying together our final details and bringing this painting on home. So for this painting, the first step, what we're going to do as we jump right back into it, just make sure that your canvas is dry to the touch. If you feel parts of your canvas is sticky, then that means it could use a few more minutes to dry, and you want to go ahead and just hold off for just a second. However, remember you can fan it and put it in front of an actual fan as well. If your canvas is ready to go, what you're going to do is you're going to take some of that black paint that you have. You're going to be using black paint for this part. A lot of black paint, So I'm going to be taking black. You can either keep it in your cup or you can transfer it on over to your plate. And what you will do from there is just using a little bit at a time. I'm going to take some black and I'm going to start with filling in the thorax and the body of my butterfly. So I'm just filling in nice solid black. Of course, if you want to use other parts or other colors for this, then you can utilize other colors. However, traditional butterflies have darker bodies. I'm filling that in. Later on, I can go and add a gleam and some more details, but for now, I'm just utilizing solid black. For the next couple of parts of this butterfly painting, I'm going to go ahead and outline all of my wings by just using a nice solid black outline and going around the shape of each of those wings. I'm just doing just a small part at a time, just so that I can make sure I got a nice solid outline on each section. You don't want any colors showing through that black. Make sure it's nice and solid. So you might have to take your time with it just a little bit. That's okay. Again, I'm outlining my wings first, and then I'll go in and make some more detail. I'm using my average size brush for this. Foam brush won't be as helpful for this part, or really for the rest of the painting, unless you're going back and you're doing more details in your sky. So, outlining the third wing. Now I'm going to outline this wing. Now that I have all four of my wings outlined, the butterfly is already starting to come to life, but we could do some more things just to make it even more bold and eye-catching. On the edge of each of my wings, I'm going to add a larger, thick, bolder edge. And what I mean by this is just simply adding more black. I'm going to start with this wing all the way at the bottom. I'm going to take it and create a mass shape of black right at the edge of the wings. This is a monarch butterfly, so their wing style is usually known to be like this. Whatever type of butterfly you're creating, whether it's a real butterfly or one straight from your imagination, you don't have to follow this. You can do whatever you like. We are working our way towards the end of the painting now, so our next several steps you definitely want to do. However, you don't have to do them exactly how I'm doing them. You can make it as unique and custom as you like. So I got my second wing with a thicker edge, utilizing my third wing now, creating that thicker edge right at the wing. Fill that in nice and bold. Nice solid black color. That's my third wing. Now I'm going to do the top wing, same way. All right. I'm going to come back and give that butterfly some antennas. And then I'm going to create more details within the wings. Now, this next step, there's no particular way to do it. The best way I can describe is just making teardrops. We're making teardrops throughout the entire inside shape of our orange section or whatever color section on our wing to create those traditional butterfly details within the wings. So the best way I can describe it is teardrops. I'm going to start from right here where the wings meet the body. One big teardrop here, and I'm going to make more teardrops coming off of that teardrop. So essentially just a whole bunch of teardrops connected within this wing. So another one. How about another one? And even if you don't finish off some of those teardrop shapes, it's okay. All right, and I'm doing that for all my wings. Feel free to get as creative as you like with these. We are nearing the end of our painting in just a few. Got my teardrops going. Teardrops to fill this third wing. I'm getting ready to make my way to the final segment of wing that I need to go ahead and cover up. So after we finish these teardrops and these wings, we're going to go ahead and switch gears just to finish off our flower while we give these wings just a quick sec to dry so we can put those final touches. So while that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and clean off my paintbrush. Tap it on the side of my cup a few times, dab both sides off with my paper towel. And from here, I'm going to switch gears to the background. I'm going to be looking at my flowers. So you can make these flowers whatever color you want. You have a lot of different colors at your disposal. I'm going to make my flowers pink and white. So I'm going to mix up some pink real fast, and I'm going to utilize some of that white and make a couple of different tone flowers. So red and white is creating pink for me. So now that I got that going, I'm going to go ahead and start filling in my flowers after my colors got mixed up. And I'm going to start filling them in with white paint. So we can still see the outlines of our flowers even with the paint in the background, because we use that nice bold marker to fill in this thing. So now we can still see our background. So I'm simply going to just go ahead and fill in those flowers with white paint. You don't have to do this to yours. You can use whatever color you like. I just think white will look really nice with a little bit of touch of a pink. So we have white flowers. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go back in with my pink and make the tips pink. And I can either leave my flowers like this, or when it dries up, you can even add a touch more detail. The choice is yours. I kind of like them like this. They're real painterly and almost unfinished looking, but I like the way that looks. So if you like it, then I would stick with it. So I got my flowers. I'm gonna add a touch more detail when they dry up a little bit more, but even right now, as the painting is, I'm going to go ahead and jump right back into my black, and I'm going to add some black detail to these. As I said, as I've been saying, you can utilize whatever colors you want. You don't have to utilize black for this step. Whatever color you want. So, got my black in, and now that my black's in, over here, you can add more flowers if you like, or you can just go ahead and finish off the butterfly. I like those flowers, so I'm just gonna go ahead and finish off my butterfly with some final details. So for this, I'm using some white paint in my average size brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and maybe put a little bit of gleam. It's gonna mix and make a little bit of gray in the butterfly's body. I'm going to clean my brush off again, go right back into my white I'm gonna add some gleams to the butterfly's wings just to make them highlight a bit. So utilizing that white and that orange, I'm gonna come in and add a couple of different details here and there. It's gonna make a couple of shine effects. It's kind of blending in with my black, and that's okay because the black is still wet, so naturally that's gonna happen. And I'm going kind of fast just so we can fit within our time parameter. So if you have to keep cleaning off your brush, feel free. Be as careful as you can. Let it dry a few more if you're constantly running into the edges like I'm doing over on this end. And then the final thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to give my butterfly some more details around the edge of its wings by using the back of my average size paintbrush and dipping that right into my paint. I'm going to utilize that to dot the back of these wings. You don't have to just use the back of the paintbrush. You can also use the front of the paintbrush as well, whichever part you like. Just showing you some different options at your disposal. So I am adding white detail to my butterfly wings, and I'm going to come right back in a second and add a little bit of yellow as well, just so it can contrast a bit more. So I got that white in there. I'm going to put this yellow on a few areas, and from here I'm going to go ahead and call it a day on this painting, because not I'll be painting for the next hour. So from here you can do whatever you like to your painting. Feel free to add more details to the flowers, add more flowers to the canvas if you like, add more cloud details. Work on increasing the detail in your butterfly. But from here, this painting is now yours. You can go ahead and utilize it to your best advantage and create the best work of art that you can. Thank you so much for painting with me, and I'll see you next time.